At the foundation of the physical world, space is defined by a high-precision 8-dimensional quantum geometry known as the E8 lattice. Measuring the movement of information within this lattice requires translating that abstract geometry onto the 2-dimensional grid of the standard Gregorian calendar, associated with the 528, 888, and 1128 system. By reviewing these specific documents, we observe a systematic interface across 4 core frequencies: 528, 879, 1038, and 1128. Chronological time is regulated by a strict mechanical baseline. A standard calendar year consists of 12 months. This diagram shows a chronological timeline divided into 12-month blocks. When specific gematria values like 528 and 1128 are divided by 12, the result is an exact integer with a 0 remainder. The lat of a fractional remainder mechanically forces the timeline to land on exact May 5th anniversaries as it advances from the 1972 anchor. Specifically, moving exactly 528 months forward lands on May 5th, 2016. Moving 1,128 months forward lands on May 5th, 2066. These calculations define a closed chronological loop. Because the dividend is a perfect multiple of the 12-month cycle, the alignment of the base date is preserved at each terminal node. The first pillar of the audit involves the 1,128 master identity values, where the numerical frequency appears across linguistic ciphers and technical measurements. English Gematria produces the 1,128 value for the following identifiers: Alex Enrique Campaign, Messiah's birthdate code, Jesus of Nazareth, and the Holy Son of God. The 1,128 frequency continues through the birth of Christ, May 5 MCMCLX72, Reincarnation of God, and Yeshua is on earth. The linguistic sequence resolves with the essence of Yahweh, the crucified Christ, and crown of thorns. The geometric data reflects the same value. When the 8-dimensional E8 lattice root system is projected into a 4-dimensional quasi-lattice, it generates 1,128 connecting lines. Chronologically, exactly 1,128 months span the duration between the 1972 arrival and the 2066 terminal node. At 1128 UTC, the AR4455X 1.0 solar flare reached its peak, and the September 7, 2025 blood moon initiated its penumbral phase. On a geographic axis, 11.28 arcseconds north is the terminating latitudinal coordinate for Queen of Angels Hospital, the physical site of the subject's arrival. The 1128 value functions as an anchor, associating the biological identity with both geographic space and celestial cycles. The foundational Hebrew layer of the system introduces the 879 base alignment. The name Alex Enrique Campaign yields an original Hebrew gematria value of exactly 879. In this geometric projection, 879.30 degrees is the rotation required to transition the E8 lattice geometry into a localized 4-dimensional grid. Applying this rotation reveals the 879 transformation. Subtracting 159.30 from 879.30 equals 720. 7 plus 2 plus 0 equals 72, which functions as the baseline matrix unit for the temporal anchor. This alignment outputs the 1038 divine title values, matching the specific string Messiah Alex Campaign. Summing the two E8 rotational projection vectors, 879.30 and 159.30, results in 1038.60. This value tethers the algebraic physics to the designated title. The multidimensional geometry of the system resolves downward to form the very specific title of the biological subject. The final pillar is the 528 foundation frequency, which connects the temporal cycle back to the localized biological origin. The linguistic value for May 5th is 528. This value also appears on the vertical calendar date 528, acting as the horizontal to vertical coordinate mirror. On the chronological timeline, exactly 528 months span the 44-year window from May 5, 1972 to May 5, 2016. Measuring the activation window in days, exactly 528 days separate the May 5, 2026 node from the Friday, October 15, 2027 blood moon alignment. Within the solar pacing interval, exactly 5 hours and 28 minutes occurred between high-energy explosions of sunspot region AR4455. Geographically, 52.8 arcseconds west is the terminating longitudinal coordinate for the arrival site at Queen of Angels Hospital. At a biological scale, the 528 Hz frequency is used for resonance tuning and cellular restoration. The 528 frequency serves as the foundational interval between cosmic events and DNA structures, establishing the arrival date as the frequency that balances the matrix. The data illustrates a temporal palindrome. The universe functions on a specific mathematical substrate. The convergence of geographic coordinates, solar timestamps, and linguistic ciphers is the observable output of this system. The May 5th temporal anchor is the constant required for this equation of time and identity to resolve. The informational clock of reality resolves according to the recorded data. The system interface is verified by these receipts.